Happy Sunday, everybody. Andrew Sloss with Sloss Career Coaching. I hope you're having a wonderful weekend. Wanted to hop on here just real quick and talk to you about the importance of your first 90 days in a new role. And so, when we think about your first 90 days, we're kind of talking about one of two situations. One, you've been promoted at your current company, so congratulations. Or two, you've decided to move on from your current company, or maybe you've been unemployed and you've accepted a new position at a new company. Either way, your first 90 days will be very crucial to the success of your new job, whether it's a promotion or a brand new job at a new organization. But it's important to understand that your first 90 days doesn't always start on your start date. This is especially true in a job where you've been promoted because you need to make sure you're going to transition out of your former position in a good way and transition into your new position in a good way. And so typically you want to make sure that that 90-day window encompasses part of that transition period. Similar to when you start a new job, it's a little bit different, but your 90 days doesn't always start on your first day of work. But I want to talk a little bit about some of the most important steps in your first 90 days. The first one is obviously learn the ropes. You have to make sure that you take your time to understand your roles and responsibilities, meet the team members, learn how they work, build a strong foundation. Now, some of that you will have taken care of through the interview process if this is a brand new job. But sometimes those things change between the time that you interview and the time that you start. So it's always good to make sure that you understand your role and responsibilities. If there's anyone on the team that you didn't meet during the interview process, make sure you make it a point to meet them within the first week or two, depending on your schedule and their schedule. But make sure that you are learning the ropes, adjusting to the work culture, things like that in your first 90 days. Number two, build relationships. Make sure you introduce yourself to colleagues across the organization. Shouldn't be just bosses up the chain and subordinates down the chain. Make sure it's peers across the organization, both people that are in your group, people that aren't in your group, in your department, outside your department. Building good relationships can help make collaboration easier. Also can help you form allies, find mentors, find advocates for you across the organization. It's never too early in those first 90 days to really start building those relationships because people are going to form opinions about you from the first moment you set foot in the door. And so the sooner you can build those relationships and help people understand who you are and what you're about, the better off you'll be. Number three, make sure you're setting goals. Work with your manager, your supervisor to set clear, achievable, definable goals. Having direction will help you stay focused, and making sure that they're measurable goals will help you understand how you're progressing towards those goals. And those first 90 days are going to be very crucial when it comes to your goals because we're going to talk at the very end about the last point about why it's important, but making sure that your goals are measurable so that when you get to the not just the end of your 90 days but also at the end of your first year, that you can look across that first year, first 90 days, and be like, yes, I have met the goals, or at least in the first 90 days I'm on the way of meeting those goals because I've been able to measure my success up until this point. Four, show initiative. You want to make sure that you're taking on tasks that show you're willing to contribute. Raise your hand. Don't be afraid to say, hey, happy to help out, happy to jump into this work, happy to help out with this project. This will help demonstrate your commitment to your new employer or to your new position, to your new bosses, to your new colleagues, to your new coworkers, whatever the case may be. You want to make sure that you are showing that you are committed to your new position, that you're there to dig in, roll up your sleeves, and get to work right away. So make sure that you are showing initiative. And then last but not least, seek feedback. Make sure that especially those first 90 days, you have, I would suggest especially at least a monthly check-in. Those first 90 days, every month, checking in with your supervisor or manager, maybe every 2 weeks, depending on the nature of your new position. But definitely want to be checking in with your manager, your supervisor, making sure that you are making progress with your goals, like we just discussed. But also, if they've noticed anything that's a little bit off, especially culturally, that they can maybe redirect you in the right space, the right frame of mind in those first 90 days before you get too far down the road with some wrong assumptions about your new organization or your new coworkers or whatever the case may be. So again, learn the ropes, build relationships, set goals, show initiative, and seek feedback. Those are very important things for your first 90 days in the job. If you have any questions or you want to talk about coaching, put a comment below. Send me a message. You can email me at andrew@slosscareerconsulting.com. You can find me on LinkedIn, TikTok, Instagram at sloss_career_coaching. I look forward to hearing from you soon. See ya.